What is going on YouTube? It's Sank. We are back for another one. Now in this drop, coming at you guys with a couple of plays on the bring to attention. But before I kick things off, if you'd like to help out the channel by hitting that like button because it keeps the show rolling. Alright guys, so it's the weekend and it's a long one at that. But you guys know I never tap my after ball when it comes to these markets. Always looking to ensure you guys are moving in the right lanes and positioning yourselves correctly in these markets to continue hitting success. Now, in reflection of the week that we've just had, you guys already know we were out the gate quickly, pretty much a continuation of how we left off the previous week. But as the week went on, we saw it starting to tail off. Particularly the growth plays had a tougher day out there in the markets on Friday's session. But still, regardless, guys, we still had a ton of plays in our portfolio just holding up the fort. Okay, so check me out. Plays like a Danaos up 0.5 percentage point. This is one of our shipping plays. Big potential. We know right now they're just collecting in the mid 70s before they make their move up to the 80s. Play like a BioChrist up over a point on the day. Again, this one's expanding internationally. They're differentiated from the other plays in the game. And you guys already know, big potential play in our portfolios. Now, if we step it up a notch, check me out, a play like Revolve up 2% on the day. And you guys already know, I said this is a play that is moving up to the mid 70s. This is going to be a major beneficiary of economic reopening. So I'm expecting their Q3, Q4 results to come in hot. That's why you're seeing that stock price move up. A play like an Apple. Now we're getting on to the real MVPs of the day. This one's up 2% en route to hit a fresh 52-week high, all-time high. And you guys know I'm expecting this one to close out the year $150. And if we get onto the absolute real MVP on the day, that's IIPR. This one's put 3 points on the board. Okay, so I'm bringing this up to you guys to show you that if you have a portfolio that's diversified, even if we do hit headwinds in these markets, those red days that crush most of the growth plays out there in the market, we're still going to have a collection of plays in our portfolio, as I say, just holding up the fort. Now, if you guys hit red days in these markets and every single one of your plays is down, you don't have a handful of plays that have come out unharmed, then you guys aren't diversified enough. So what you want to do is you want to study your portfolios, see where you can add some plays that bring a different element to the game, like an IIPR that I told you guys is a phenomenal read for your portfolios. As you can see, moving up closer and closer to that $200 mark, and I'm expecting to close out the year closer to the $250 mark. So that's just some food for thought for you guys. Now in this drop, I'm coming at you guys with your first play to pick up next week in these markets. This is going to be one of our winning plays. We've already hit major success, but we are going to continue to hit success, and the price point is looking more attractive at the moment. So as always, guys, in this one I've got a jam-packed one for you, so do make sure you stick this one all the way through for me. Let's get into the first one. So we've got ticker symbol LOVE, that's Lovesac. Now if you check out the 3-month stock price, we saw this one run up to over $90 at the beginning of the month off the back of smash hit earnings. Their Q1 was a blowout, so it's well deserved for them to be at that higher price level. But what you guys got to realize is when you get these plays making that steep run up, you always got to expect a pullback because you're always going to have a bunch of sellers ready to lock in profits. Now that's why we never buy on the run ups on these plays, and we could have easily locked in our money at this higher price level, made 50% on our money for those of us who got into this one at the beginning of the year. But as I say, I've studied the play in the game and there's more upside on this one, and also looking to get those of you who weren't in on this one in the first, second, third entry in on this play. Now we've seen this one come down off the back of a healthy pullback down to that $70 mark. As I told you guys, there's a lot of institutional ownership in this one, a lot of hedge funds, money managers in on this play, and they look to get in at that cheaper price point at that $70 mark. That's why you saw a quick bounce up to the $80 mark. Now in Friday's session just gone, we saw this one come down a couple of points. Now, this is just in line with the rest of the growth market out there. So it's just a normal price movement. And you guys already know this spot my interest because it's all about getting quality plays at a cheaper price point. That's how we make our money as investors. Now, as we go into next week, I want to make sure you guys have this one on your watch list. I like this play in the mid 70s, but I like them even more in the low 70s. Now, if we continue this volatility, this downtrend in growth plays, and we see this one at that $70, $71 mark, you want to make sure that you guys getting on the action on this play. What you're doing is you're pulling a buy the dip maneuver in anticipation of a rebound in this one. Okay, so I'm expecting them to, even though there'll be short-term volatility, make their way through the 70s into the 80s and back into the 90s. Okay, and you guys can make some great returns off buying the dip. Similar to how we pull the buy the dip maneuver in Pinterest. A lot of you guys made 35% on your money on that one. We caught them down in the 50s. Now they're hovering around that $80 mark. So it's all about showing conviction in high quality plays at that cheaper price point. As I say, that's how we make our money in these markets. As I say, if you catch this one in the 70, 71 region next week in the markets, I give you guys my blessing to pick this one up, add them to your portfolio too. So if you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time it is. I'm late to the MP show. Do you think this is a long term? And what price should I wait to jump in? So to wrap this one up, I'm going to share some of you guys. I'm going to pull up MP Materials, ticker symbol MP. This is becoming another one of our smash hit plays on the channel. You guys already know, over the last couple of weeks, we've seen plays like ChargePoint move up for us, Pinterest, Revolve, Roku, Grow Generation, and MP Materials is just another one on the climb. As I said to you, every play runs its race, and those of you who've been rocking with the channel on the daily over the last couple of weeks and months with me, you start to see these plays move up, your portfolios move in the right direction, everything fall into place. As I say, in this game, it's just when you apply the right strategy, give it a bit of time, you will hit success in these markets. Now, what I want to say is, if you picked up MP Materials right now, and you didn't open up your brokerage app till a year's time, you'd have made some nice profit on the play. But in the meantime, you are going to get short-term volatility. That's why I come to you guys on the daily with optimum entry points to get into these plays. So on a day like today, a Caesars might be in the buy zone, or is in the buy zone I should say, where a Neo is out of the buy zone, where in a couple of weeks or months time it might be the reverse. You might get Neo in the buy zone at that point in time. Caesars might have climbed up and not be in the buy zone. So as I say, when you guys check into the channel on the daily, you guys are positioning yourselves, building your portfolios, accumulating plays at the right price points, and then you start to see them all make their rise, like you guys are starting to see unfold now. Now, MP Materials, when you guys know this is one of your medium to long-term plays to hit major success in these markets. They're differentiated in what they do. This is a rare earths play, so it allows you guys to play the growth in EV from a different angle. You know, we've got the vehicle side of things, we've got the infrastructure side of things. When it comes to the raw materials, MP Materials is where you want to be focusing your attention. This is a play you guys should already be having in your portfolio, because we were picking them up on the large when this one was in the low 30s off the back of the dip. And if you check out that month's performance, this one's up almost 20 points on the month. So this is a play, as I say, on the move. The market's starting to be receptive and wake up to the play. So when I put a play on your radar that's down like a high tide at the moment, just know that in a couple of months time or weeks time, whatever the case may be, the market will then be receptive to that play and you'll start to see its rise. So you guys want to be picking up these quality plays on the cheap, as that's how we make our money in the markets. Now in MP Materials, currently standing $37. You guys already know this one's on the climb, a little bit extended, and we can expect pullbacks in plays that have made major run-ups. Okay, so on Friday's session, we saw this one come down half a point. It's not enough to spot my interest. I want to see a bigger dip in this price, in this price for me to make entry, put them on the channel for you guys to load up your existing position on this one. In terms of price points, first entry on this one is looking around the $34 mark. Catch them around $34. If we do see extended weakness next week, then you can start accumulating, increasing your position here. And if we see this one drop down to the low 30s, I'm talking 32 and below, around that level, that's the time to start increasing your position more. What you guys want to know is when you get these quality plays that are dipping, the more they dip is the more you want to be loading up in the play. So as I say, catch them 34, we go in light. Catch them 32, 31, we go in heavy on the play in anticipation of the rebound on the way to the top. So that wraps up for this one. If you guys got any questions for me, leave them down below and I get back to you. Honestly, I appreciate you guys. On your way out, do light up that comment section for me. You guys already know it's a long weekend ahead of us, so I'm packing the heat. So if you're new, make sure you join the movement, and I catch you in the next one.